In this section, I'm going to teach you how to send a test email to an internal distribution list in Marketo. This is a critical part of the quality assurance process. So the first thing is you need to navigate to the Marketing Activities tab. Go to the folder you've created for yourself as part of the training, right click, and create a new program. So program is essentially a campaign in Marketo. Call it internal test send and add your name. The program type is email. The channel is email send, and click create. Now the first part of the test send is to create the audience. In this particular case, we're going to be sending it to the internal distribution test list that we created already. So instead of, you could import a list, but we're just going to edit a smart list. This is the smart list for this particular campaign. So we're going to keep this very simple. It's simply going to be all the leads that are a member of our distribution list. So select the test list that you created before. So this is internal users. So we'll be creating a real campaign that sends emails, but we'll be sending it to our own internal people. Now if you flip back to the internal test send tab, you'll see that 2 leads have been selected. Blocked shows you how many leads of those have opted out or unsubscribed from your email campaign. So in this case, there won't be any. The next part is to choose your email. You'll notice here that there's no email that's selectable. That's because the email we created has not been approved yet. So to approve the email we're going to use, we're actually going to go to the email we created for personalization and copy it into this particular campaign. We want to keep all the elements of a particular campaign together. So even though we created the email separately, in Design Studio under emails, we'll select this one I created for myself. We want to copy that over to our campaign, and then we'll need to approve it before it actually appears. So we could approve it now and we'd be able to select it, but we actually want to take a copy, which is called cloning. So let's clone that. Now when you clone an element, and this can be done with most elements in Marketo, you need to give it a name. In this particular case, we'll call it the same thing, but we're going to clone it into Marketing Activities. And then we're going to select the program we created, which was the internal test send. We won't open it in an editor, so we'll unclick that and we'll click clone. So let's go back to Marketing Activities, and now you see the email has been copied into email program. It still won't be available yet. What we now need to do is right click and approve this email. So without being approved, it's in draft format, but now you'll notice the status has changed to approved. Before it was called draft. So now if we go back to our email campaign, we'll find that that email now appears as a selectable email. So now we've selected the audience, which is the internal distribution list. We've selected the email we're going to send, which we created before. The next part is to set the schedule. Now in this particular case, we're just going to set it to today, and we'll set it to run in the shortest possible time. So I'm going to select here now 6 o'clock. So you would select a time in the future in 5 minutes time, because we want to send this test immediately. It's not a real send, it's a send to for our quality assurance purpose. And then finally we approve the program. So as soon as we approve that, it will be live. So as you can see, it's waiting to run. And that's it. Now we simply have to wait to the time that this email is scheduled and the email will be sent. Once your internal test send campaign has run, you'll want to check the dashboard. So if you go to View and select Dashboard, this will show you the results. So as you can see here, 2 emails were delivered, which is good. That's the 2 emails in my distribution list. And you'll notice there's no opens. The other thing you should check is actually see that you've received the emails. So check your Gmail and see if it's actually there. If you want to see who the email was sent to, simply click on the Members tab. This will give you the details of the individual people, including the emails. Part of the quality assurance process is checking the email actually arrived in your inbox. So for example, here you can see our personalized email came through saying hi Fab2. And if we click in there, we want to check the actual email was sent correctly, as well as renders correctly in the email client. So that looks good. There's a problem here perhaps with the image not loading. We need to look into that, but otherwise it looks good.